thanks for coming out. We got a lot of friends and family here, so we'll be gauging your response. If it's not what it ought to be, anyway, we're watching you. So, what we got up here is this is the Gibson Mandolin Orchestra collection that we've got. And the Mandolin orchestras were really big in the teens, 19-teens, and Gibson pretty much marketed toward that and really turned out well for them. They were cranking out 8,000 instruments a year in 1917, which is a lot for handmade instruments. But they were supplying these mandolin orchestras, so even though I've got some guitars here, they still thought of them as mandolin instruments, and we'll talk a little bit about that too. But one thing we're not necessarily going to do is play period music on these instruments, because it would have been orchestral music, and for two guys to try to do that would be a little more than we can handle. But we'll play some old stuff though before we end up. So we're going to go ahead and get started. You got any opening comments, or you want to go ahead and hit one?
I'd just like to say that I mean, you rarely see a complete collection anywhere as complete as Tim's collection, and Tim actually put this collection together over about the last 3 years, and it's a very impressive collection, especially because they're all the red sunburst, and they're just strikingly beautiful instruments, and all original condition. Some of the instruments are more players' instruments by Mandolin and Mandocello, but the instruments that you see here are just amazing condition and well kept, so let's pick.
All right. This is, we're going to start off with a David Grisman song. Great songwriter, great mandolin player.
L-4 right there.
Yes. Yeah, this is the sort of the standard model for that time. There was one guitar, which we'll get into later, the old guitar that was higher price and they considered it their top of the line, but this was always the guitar that sold for Gibson. You can see the sunburst, it's got birch back and sides. They claimed to make them out of maple in their catalogs and never did until the time of Lloyd Loar. And when Loar came along, he said, how about we do what say we're doing in the catalogs. But this is a great big honking neck. This is before the time of the truss rod, which Gibson came out with in around 1921, right? Which allowed you to keep the neck straight. But these guitars had such a big neck, and they inlaid a little piece of maple under the fingerboard. This guitar is perfectly playable after 90 years. So.